Welcome back, guys, to another episode of All Things Single Seater. We are back 2 episodes in a week. This is what a repaired computer does for you. But welcome back, Jordan. We're here to discuss Singapore. How was it?
Yes,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. It was nice to be able to actually watch a race, like not being in work and stuff like that. Um, and I'm pretty glad I did watch it, to be honest, because it was quite an entertaining race. What did you think?
Honestly, I think it shows that Red Bull shouldn't be a team. Um, Personally, I think
Starting off strong.
because a four-car battle, five until Leclerc dropped off. We'll get to that later as well because that was confusing. But five cars at the start, four at the end. I just think it was awesome. I mean, I know it's not going to be like that to the rest of the season, but I hope that the gap. I hope that Red Bull have actually lost a bit of performance. I think Singapore was always going to not suit their car anyway, so maybe it's been over exaggerated. But if Red Bull have lost a bit, then hopefully it means there will still be that sort of close thing for the fight for the actual win. But yeah, what do you think?
Tell you what, I agree. Like, I think it was so good not to have Red Bull in like the top five. And I think a lot of people thought that after the race as well. And I think some people were surprised that Max couldn't make his way through a bit more. But it's a track where there's not many overtaking spots anyway. Um, it was nice to see like the race was consistent. It weren't gonna be like 20 laps in and be like, oh, Max has got this in the bag.
Yeah.
It was between the Ferraris, both Mercedes and Lando. So I just didn't know which way it was going to go, to be honest. I was rooting for all of them. Um, yeah, obviously Carlos won. Second career win.
What a
Yeah.
drive! What a drive! I predicted him on pole. Just saying.
You did, yes.
My prediction for the race was Perez, so I think I lose my point for getting pole right. What a race, though! I think in my head it was always going to be Russell or Sainz that was going to win.
Yeah.
I think Sainz had it so under control. Looking back now, the DRS trick he played, it was so good, so experienced and calm, and I just think he's got so much confidence in this car. It feels like he is now the faster driver at the moment out of him and Charles. I think he can manage the car better. One lap pace was always his weak point to Charles, and I think that's now changed. So I know it's only 2 races, but 2 poles in a row has got to show the world something that he's definitely improved as a driver.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think like Carlos, I feel like he just suits this car better. Obviously, previous years it's been Leclerc, and obviously being Ferrari's golden boy and stuff like that. I think Leclerc himself is probably thinking like, how can my teammate be back-to-back pole positions and now get a win
Yeah.
when he's not even in the top three? He weren't on the podium or anything like that, and it was just, I don't know. I think there's something going on with Leclerc. I just can't quite figure out what.
Yeah. He's definitely not setting the world alight at the moment,
Mm.
which isn't great. But I'll tell you what also isn't great. George Russell. Now, I've never seen such... Like, I have never been so confident that someone was going to win or, like, challenge for the win and then be so unsurprised that he put it in a wall at the last lap. He's such a bottle job. He seems to be making more mistakes this year than last year, and I don't know. I was quite annoyed for him, but what do you think? Yeah, I got no answer for that.
So obviously it looked like he was going to get the win. Those last probably 2, 3 laps, I think he knew obviously he weren't going to get the win, so he was going after Lando. But I think because he had Lewis so close to him, I think that brought not nerves, but like he knows the minute he messes up, that Lewis is going to get the podium, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's part of it. I think was the tyres.
Yeah.
He pushed so much, and like the tyres just went. Another part of it, I think, was Lando hitting the wall just before he did.
Yeah, that
I
was.
think that spooked him.
Yeah.
I just think the last point is he just pushed a bit too much, got a bit cocky.
Yeah.
He should have played it a bit more safe. P3 and 4, that's not bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad at all. So I think he cost the team quite a few points on Sunday. And he's beating himself up about it. And he'll beat himself up about it until he either gets the win or another podium.
Yeah. I've noticed, I just thought of this as we were talking, as you were talking. George seems to make more mistakes when he's close to Lewis on track. When he's either... Lewis is clearly quicker. I think Lewis is much better at bringing his tyres in. There's a photo on Twitter, I'll send it to you. It's got the laps after the pit stop under the VSC for both Mercedes drivers. Russell took so much life out of the tyres on the first 2 laps. Lewis dropped back and worked the tyres in, and then was consistently, I think it was at least 0.3 a lap faster, like up until they caught Leclerc. And I just think, is that over eagerness from Russell, or is it just something that Lewis is so good at? But then I was thinking earlier, Russell's been in the sport now. This is his 5th season, isn't it? So, did he have 3 at Williams? 3 at Williams, 2nd at Mercedes. Oh, God. I was on a really good point and I've thrown it by forgetting how long he's been in the sport.
2019, 2020, 21. Yeah, 5 seasons.
5
this
seasons.
is his
5th season, yeah. So, I feel like he should have learnt that by now, if that makes sense. So, is it his mental game not allowing himself to ease himself in? But I don't know, because I was just also thinking Canada, he was behind Lewis and he was pushing really hard to stay in his DRS and then hit the wall. And I just think, is it also a thing of he wants to show the world he's better than Lewis, so he gets in his head more when Lewis is behind him or in front of him? Russell, answer the question when you come on the podcast. I'll DM you and we can talk about it, mate.
I don't know, like, George is very hard on himself anyway. We all saw that. We saw that when he subbed in for Lewis back in 2020. He kind of put it down to him that it was his fault he didn't get the win. There's been other times he just put himself down massively. He's very harsh to himself. A lot harsher than what other drivers are. But being up against Lewis as a teammate, it's obviously a hard job. Not many people have done it. But obviously, it's why Lewis is a 7-time world champion. I was going to say 8, but I was just like, well.
Sorry.
You could say, yeah, Lewis. You could say that Lewis has got more experience, which he has. He's known for looking after his tyres and stuff like that. And obviously he's been with the Mercedes car a lot longer. So I don't know. I think this is like a topic where we could like talk about it all night and just go over all different scenarios, and we'd probably still come out with the same outcome.
Yeah, just for clarity, I don't hate Russell. I don't think he's washed. I just think sometimes he's too eager before the comments start, and I get hated.
But eagerness shows that he's passionate.
Yeah.
I think. Otherwise, if he wasn't eager and if he didn't make silly mistakes like this, people would be like, well, he didn't push Norris, he didn't try and go for second and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a 50-50 situation. And, yeah. Either way, like, he's getting all hate over social media. It's
really?
like, well, yeah.
I feel bad now.
Like, if you look on the Mercedes Instagram account as well, like, their posts, like, they've posted a couple of Lewis and a couple of George. Under the comments, it's like, oh, another picture of Russell, another picture of Russell. You have got another driver, and all stuff like that. And it's just unnecessary comments, and it's just like, well, what's the actual need?
Yeah. I've learned over the last week that people can be bellends on TikTok or social media or anything if they are jealous. So I think they're jealous of Russell, just like everyone was jealous of my F1 day, you fucking knobheads. But yeah, so maybe it's just that, George. I'm talking like he's watching, he's not watching, but still. Yeah. Another thing, I got another prediction right.
Lawson
I
Q3.
said I got another prediction right. Lawson Q3 and Haas point.
I got Lawson to get points.
Oh, you got two right. Yeah, you did. Okay, we've both been awesome. We've both been amazing. Predictions have been on point. So kind of. Yeah. So what do we think of Haas? Because I think Haas could have finished even higher, and I'm quite upset about that.
I agree, actually. I think they could have got double point finish. Obviously,
They had to stack Hulk behind K-Mag at the VSC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he went into the pits 10th and came out 15th. It's like,
Yeah.
great. But I think they should have boxed him again on softs on the second VSC when the Mercs boxed, because Albon did and K-Mag did, and K-Mag got points from it, and I think Albon would have if he wasn't yeeted by Perez. So, yeah. I just feel like they could have got more, but they've got an upgrade coming in USA, so
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yes, definitely. No, I think obviously them knowing, like them being in the top 10, they know that they've got two Red Bulls behind them. So they're like, well, clearly we're not going to. People are probably thinking that they're not going to get probably even a points finish because they just expected the Red Bulls to fly through, which wasn't the case. Perez was just stuck in 13th for a very long time. And obviously Max done well to get back up into the top 10. But that double stack kind of just ruined it for them at that time because then they didn't decide to pit
Yeah.
again. So
I've just had a thought enter my head, and
right.
a Bowie rage is about to happen. So, Red Bull, you have become over the last week the team in the fucking world. Okay.
Okay, that was a bit nice.
Yeah, you were a bit nicer. You, Red Bull, first you've got a racist consultant, and now you tell Sonoda not to turn up to a fucking stewards meeting to avoid Max getting a penalty. That is the slimiest thing in the fucking world, okay? Max shouldn't have started 11th, and he shouldn't have got points that race. That's my rage over. Sorry, everyone. Back to you. You say things for a while. I'm just going to listen.
I'll tell you what, Red Bull was very lucky last weekend. Very lucky. I think I expected them to get more of a. Anyway, Max should have got 2 in quali because he impeded. Who did he impede?
Sonoda.
Sonoda, and then he done something else, didn't he?
They stopped at the pit lane. And then they tried to fake that he had a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't have a problem. He was just waiting for a gap.
And that's the thing that annoys me about the stewards. Clearly, they're all on drugs and they're deluded. And they are dirty bastards, basically. Because Gasly... No, was it Gasly or Ocon? One of them got 3 penalties in quali, and I want to say it was in Spain, but it might not have been Spain. But one of them took a 9-place drop, I think. Someone check. It might have been a bit less. Yeah. I think it might have been. I'll check. I'm going to check now. I'm not, because I can't be bothered. But yeah, so it's like, where is the consistency? And you don't need Max's onboard to see that he impeded Tsunoda. You've got the footage. Like, if they can't look at that and see... Sorry.
I'll tell you who made a very good point. Martin Brundle.
What did he say?
During quali. He turned around and said, obviously, you're not really allowed to stop on track and let yourself have a gap. Everyone knows it. They hate it when people do it because you're risking other people not to get to the line and whatever.
Yeah.
Tim Brundle said, well, the pit lane is part of the track.
Mm-hmm. See?
So
Corrupt.
So why?
I don't know.
That's all I got to say is why.
Yeah, the sport's a joke, actually, when you think about that. Sorry. My rage has brought us all down, but sort it out, F1.
No, it's not you. I'm fine. But, I don't know, I think Red Bull were very lucky to not get worse. I kind of wanted Perez to get a bit more of a 5-second time penalty as well. Because, you know...
They need to bring back drive-thrus. Like...
Because Albon deserved points. He just got, like, absolutely, like, took off the track. It's just like, well, he was in a points position.
Perez also yeeted Tsunoda off lap 1 and gave him a puncher, which somehow retired him.
No. Have you seen the damage?
Was there a lot of damage?
He had damage to his side pod.
That's fair.
At first I was like, oh, why is he retired? Because of
I didn't even look at his car. I just looked at the yeet.
David Croft said, why is he retiring? Because he's got a puncture.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was... I only saw it on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's worth retiring for. All right, sorry, Yuki. But still, that was a pen for Perez then as well. Like, I just... Yeah, it's all confusing.
He tweeted it, said that's a lot of damage. I'm genuinely surprised that he didn't get a penalty for ruining Tsunoda's race.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel, for that.
Yeah, cheers. Good bloke. Right. So I think that's the race over. There's so much more I think we could talk about, but it's just not coming to me at the minute. But Japan. I think it's going to be interesting. Apparently it's not going to rain.
It's not raining on Sunday. It's meant to rain on Saturday.
Okay.
Hey.
If it rains Saturday, that would be interesting. But I'm excited. I hope the field is as close. I know it probably won't be because of Red Bull, but if anything, if they're a little bit closer, it means that Perez is probably not going to be second. So that could be exciting. Yeah, I'm not really too sure what to expect, though.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Red Bull's going to have an easy win this weekend. I have a feeling they're going to win anyway, because they are good at this track. I don't think they're going to storm ahead with it. I think they're going to have a few problems with, like, other teams and stuff.
Like McLaren and Ferrari.
Yep, obviously. Because, obviously, Red Bull didn't race against them last week. With the updates and stuff like that, Red Bull doesn't know what to expect, really, up against racing with them. So, I don't think they've got, like, an easy weekend ahead of them. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not excited to get up so early, though. Are you getting up to watch it? Same.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
Cannot wait. Let's do predictions. Off the top of our head. Have you done them?
I've done them. I've done them while I was waiting for you.
Alright, don't tell the world I'm late. I'm always late, I'm sorry.
You're always late.
I'm always late. 10 minutes is not 10 minutes for me, is it?
No.
Alright, you can start, because you've prepared.
Okay.
Quali.
Am I starting from 5th? Are we doing that way?
Yeah. Also, we got to do biggest surprise. Or, like, shock. Biggest shock. Yeah, you haven't done that, have you? Yeah.
All right. So 5th, I'm going Russell. 4th, Carlos. I know. 3rd, Hamilton. Second, Leclerc. And first, Verstappen. I feel like it's a bit more normal
Okay.
than last week.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go P5 Alonso.
Okay.
P4 Lewis.
Okay.
P3 Checo. P2 Carlos. P1 Max.
Okay.
Because I think Aston were just... Until Alonso made that mistake, he wasn't as bad as everyone thought he was. But I think their car wasn't that great for the circuit. But I don't think they're actually that washed. So, yeah.
Mm.
Go on, give me your race. Don't change anything. You're changing it.
No, I'm not changing it. So, E5 Alonso,
Okay. Nice.
E4 Perez.
Ooh.
See. P3 Carlos. E2 Hamilton. And P1 Verstappen.
Okay. I don't know what to think. Okay. P5 is going to stick with Alonso.
Okay.
P4. Lewis.
Okay, so far you're sticking with your quali predictions.
Yeah.
No change there.
No. And then actually all I'm going to do, I think, is swap Checo and Carlos. So do Carlos, Checo, Max. That's
Do you think
boring.
they're going to get 1 2?
That's boring for me.
That's very boring.
Yeah, I've got to go safe. I don't know why I've got to go safe, because we don't keep tally. We should keep tally of the ones we get right from now on. For next year. Next year we'll keep tally. But yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. What's your biggest shot going to be? Wait. Are we doing shot? What did we do last week? Was it underperformer and overachiever? I can't remember what we named it, but...
No, we done surprise.
Surprise. Let's do that then.
We
Okay.
said Lawson Q3, and I said the same. And I said for the race, Lawson points, and you said Haas points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, surprise. Nice. Surprise
Don't know, to be honest.
quali. Surprise quali then. Hulk to make Q3. Done.
Yeah. But is that a surprise after last week?
They didn't bring any upgrades. They
They're
haven't...
not bringing upgrades this week.
Yeah, I know, but Hulk, I think the stat was from 2012 to 2016, he finished in the top 8 every year. He's just so good at Japan. Okay, shall I say Hulk top 7? That's not going to happen. No, Hulk Q3
Say
is...
top 10.
Top 10.
Say Q3.
Yeah, Q3. Go on, what's yours?
I don't know, to be honest.
You could do a good one, an easy one. Sergeant not to qualify last. Sorry, that's mean. He's better than that, I'm sorry.
I'm... I don't know. Can I say Lawson Q3 again?
Yeah. Cause
I think he's going to be good. We said this last week.
yeah.
Obviously, he's been racing in Super Formula.
He's now going back to a track he knows.
So,
Oh,
I think Q3 again.
okay. All of this for them not to give him a seat next year.
Don't even talk about that.
I know. Again, Red Bull, we hate you. I'm not gonna rage again. Okay, biggest prize for the race. Oh, I'll go first. Okay. Were you waiting for me?
To be honest, I was still thinking.
Okay.
It just didn't register in my head you was talking to me.
Thanks.
I feel like you was talking to yourself.
Okay, I do that a lot as well. I'm late and I talk to myself. It's not great. I'll go. So, I don't know.
See, it's a hard one, isn't it?
I want to say something like Stroll's going to be closer to Alonso. Because see, that face, that's a surprise, right? And I think he might. Okay, no, he probably won't, but I'm going to stick with that.
I feel like you're dreaming.
Yeah, but if it comes in, what a shout. Shall I say score points then? Or score, like, good points? No, I'm just going to say he's going to have a good race. He's going to be...
You can't score good points because you ain't putting him in your top 5.
8 points for 6th, alright? That's a good number. Okay, I'll say he's gonna have a good race.
I'm going to check the last time he scored points.
Can't be that long.
So last week, I can tell you that much.
No. Lance Stroll.
I have a feeling. Why?
Go on, guess. I'll tell you.
Gone back.
It wasn't bad. It was Belgium.
I just said Belgium.
Did you? Sorry.
Do you want to have a guess on Belgium?
Oh.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh, he's only had one P4 this year. That's not good in Australia. And that shouldn't have been P4 anyway. Oh, God, I can't rage again. That was when the whole red flag bollocks. Hulk podium should have happened. His point scoring hasn't been that great. He's had 3 P9s and a P10 in... That's his last points. His last 5 races have been 3 P9s and a P10 of scoring points. And then in a P6, he retired in Monaco, 12th in Miami, 7th in Baku, 4th Australia retired, and then 6th in Bahrain. Like, if anything, he performed better with a broken wrist. Look, stats don't lie, okay? Stats don't lie. Wikipedia doesn't lie. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. It's going to be alright this weekend.
I'm going to say the McLaren's not to do well. I'm so sorry. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah,
I just feel like...
We didn't put them in predictions, did we? I didn't even think of them.
Not at all. That's why I'm just going with it, to be honest. Yeah. I love them both, but no.
Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure, as always. Hopefully my predictions come in. Probably won't. But, yeah. Enjoy the race this weekend, and we will see you soon. God, I'm going to have to edit so much of that out.
Oh.